We all know about the Great Wall of China, but you're probably wondering how the Great Wall was built. We've heard of all kinds of conspiracy theories when it comes to ancient structures and how they were built. We heard that the pyramids were built by aliens and other outlandish theories about all those great wonders. Well, what if I told you that the Great Wall of China was built using none other than rice? Welcome back to Mega Constructions. The Great Wall is one of the most well-known constructions in history. It is one of the original wonders of the world, and it truly is a remarkable and magnificent piece of engineering. It withstood the test of time and war, and has literally carried an entire civilization on its back for not decades, not centuries, but millennia. The wall was constructed during the Ming Dynasty, which is the most well-known period of Chinese history. The most preserved and famous section of the wall spans almost 6,000 miles long, and the structure as a whole spans around 13,000 miles long. But how did they manage to build such a magnificent structure back then, and have it survive over all these years? It is very rare that we see this happen, especially when the structure was built for fortification and as a way to defend against attacks. Other structures have survived for so long, like the Great Pyramids, but if the pyramids were built for the purpose of defending against attacks, they would have fallen long ago. Well, let us show you exactly what China did to keep this structure as strong as it was for all these years. The way of using rice to build was invented in ancient China using organic materials as well as inorganic mortar. You see, hydraulic mortar wasn't available in China, unlike other areas in the world like Italy, which have long used this method. The reason that is that a hydraulic mortar is formed when there is volcanic activity, because the volcanic ash is used to strengthen the material and is used for building. China, however, did not have any active volcanoes, and this method would have been virtually impossible, so they had to improvise. Around 500 BC, sticky rice soup was mixed with slaked lime to create an organic composite mortar. It was stronger and more water-resistant than ordinary lime mortar. Sticky rice had strong capabilities, high adhesive strength, sturdiness, and waterproofing capabilities. It makes perfect sense that rice would protect the bricks from water, considering that it absorbs water and removes it from the equation. Kind of like when you drop your phone in water and immediately put it in rice. Rice keeps everything protected. The rice also prevented weeds from growing, as this technique created a seal between the bricks that rivals even modern cement. During the Ming Dynasty, around 1368 AD, brick-making techniques started to improve massively. Sections of the Great Wall began to be reinforced, using the rice technique to withstand earthquakes and modern threats while keeping the structure intact. It is these sections that are most known today and have baffled historians to this day. Modern chemists collected and analyzed bricks in the Great Wall. This technology wasn't available during the course of history, but with modern times, the way was made clear, and scientists identified a type of polysaccharide or complex carbohydrate that is found in rice and other starchy foods. It is also important to note that the Great Wall isn't one continuous wall, as the name might suggest. Instead, it is a set of sections, trenches, fortifications, and buildings that have been built over a period of 2,000 years to complete one giant structure that has been continuously improved over the years by multiple rules in different dynasties. The final product is the 13-mile-long structure that we know today that is still being improved to stay intact. It is so massive that the structure can be seen from space. The known section of the wall was built during the Ming Dynasty, and scientists analyzed more samples of mortar that were taken from a 600-year-old section in Nanjing. They found that the mortar was made by combining sticky rice soup and powdered lime together. We're not too surprised to find out that China had been using rice to build its most spectacular monuments. We're not being stereotypical, but they actually did that. Who would have thought? The physical and mechanical properties of this technique were out of this world. This mixture was more likely to hold its share over time, as it was more water-resistant. The mortar even had chemical reactions going on inside that kept going over time, making it stronger with less shrinking. The bricks were also bound together more effectively as a result of this technique. It is mind-blowing that something so simple had been baffling scientists for centuries, and the answer was rice all along. Now, while modern mortar is technically stronger, sticky rice mortars were more effective, especially using the materials and technology they had back in the day. To this day, this technique is still being used to repair and renovate the Great Wall of China. That speaks to how effective it is. Now, while this technique is something that has been known for so long, it was never used on such a large scale. In smaller towns and villages, people used it for smaller things like connecting bridges, tombs, and walls. The way was relatively simple. Cooked rice was first boiled into a paste, then blended with sand and lime, a substance produced by heating limestone. According to researchers Yanbing Law and Keqiang of Sichuan University, this starchy mixture holds important status and value in Chinese architectural history. Because of its strength and low porosity, they refer to it as Chinese concrete. This technique has been traced back to a 2,000-year-old tomb in Jiangsu province, showing us that this has been a native thing since the dawn of time. Another study identifies the use to 3,000 years ago. Now, that's not all. In some cases, there has been another ingredient that was sometimes found as well in mortars: blood. Yep, animal blood, but it was not as common of a method to use, thankfully. Animal blood is not too surprising to hear. In fact, it had been used in multiple cultures throughout history as a building ingredient. Historical recipes written in French, Italian, and English have shown ways to mix ox blood with lime mortars. In China, they used pig blood. Again, not being stereotypical. China has even gone to more extreme lengths and used egg whites to add to the strength of its mortar. Whatever works, right? But like we said, this creativity was necessary, as they did not have volcanic ash to aid them. Other cultures that didn't have it as well used other techniques. The Philippines also used egg whites, and in Brazil, a chapel was held together by using wine. Like a great man once said, improvise, adapt, overcome. China did what they had to do, and they used whatever they could use. Their engineers just happened to be the most brilliant engineers the world had seen, and they managed to build the most magnificent structure on the planet just using rice, limestone, and blood. Imagine what they could do if they had access to modern technology and modern equipment. This, however, does not surprise us. China today is the most magnificent when it comes to building projects and mega constructions. They are number one in all these projects you see today. It is no surprise that they have been number one as well thousands of years ago. It's in their DNA. China is going to continue being like this and innovating. Whether they are building walls, skyscrapers, trains, or dams, they continue to impress us with their revolutionary plans and ideas. Not only do they think outside the box, but they also execute their plans to perfection and lead the world when it comes to every major category. That is everything for now. What do you think of the rice building technique? Do you think it was down to that, or something larger was at play? Please let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't, please subscribe and leave a like for this video. Your support helps us continue our work. Thanks again for your support, and I will see you in the next one.